Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Complete home renovation. How it is to live in a complete crazy home renovation. Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? It is a Minnesota Beast. That's right. We are going to talk about how to read a tape measure. And many of you already know how to read a tape measure. So this video might not be useful for you, but if you would like to keep watching, there might be a couple little tips in this video that will speed up your daily progress, alright? Your daily work, whatever you're doing on reading a tape measure. And it might save you a little bit of extra time sharpening that pencil of yours. But today I'm using a marker. I'm not using my pencil. So that way we can see the board. And I don't even know if this is going to show up that well with red on pink. Probably not. So we'll go black on pink. How's that sound? Black on pink. Alright. A lot of us know already how to read a tape measure, and there is a lot of people that don't know how to read a tape measure. There's a lot of homeowners that think they know how to read a tape measure. They look at it and go, honey, cut me a board at 5 inches and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 small lines. Or 1, 2, 3 of the big lines. It sounds funny, but it's the truth, alright? It's the truth. And then they get scared, like, oh gosh, somebody's going to laugh at me. Alright, I'm going to show you how to read a tape measure. It's going to be simple, fast, and everybody can do it. And simple and easy. You don't have to count the lines no more, alright? You'll get used to this, and it will be a really easy task. Between the 1 inch, let's just make it, and your 2 inch, you have an eighth, you have a quarter, so let's make that 1/8, and then you got a quarter, then you have your 3/8, right? Then you have a half. Boy, this is already looking like crap. So let's move this 2 inches over here. See, I'm not pre-recording this shit. Excuse my French. You got a half, and then you got your next mark, which is 5/8, and this really sucks. Let me grab another board real fast. Let's make this easier. This is what happens when you're not you're not a recorder, alright? I'm not a YouTube recorder. I'm just trying to make this easy for everybody. Let's go 1, and we're going to go all the way over here to 2 inches. This is a 1 inch to 2 inch, alright? On a tape measure, your first mark, between the marks you have 16ths, but we're going to go, got an eighth, your next mark is a quarter, your next mark is 3/8, your next mark is a ½ inch, then you got your 5/8, then you got your 3/4, and then you got your 7/8, alright? And that's between your 1 to 2 inches. These are on your, let's go over here, now you can go to like Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's, Walmart, whatever. Grab yourself a FatMax tape measure. It will be a really good investment. I love my FatMaxes. Ever since they started making them, when I was working commercial and residential everywhere else, it is a very great tape measure. You can extend it out without breaking. I mean, that's a long ways, right? We are at about 8 feet right here, and it's still, what? I have to wiggle it just a little bit. Now, you can grab your little tape measure, and you can try to do that. Well, shit, this is a Stanley too. Oh, wait a minute. That's limp like a, yeah, like an old man. Limp like an old man. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Woo! And if that don't make you laugh, just scratch it. Or shut this off. But anyhow, we already know those are your basic 1/8 marks, right? Let's bring what I'm talking about over here on your tape measure so you can see it. So on your tape measure, you got your, if you can even see this, you got 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8. These are your big marks, all right? All the little marks in between, let's say your 1/8 is a 1/16 and a 1/16 and a 1/16. Now, normally, you don't have to call out or even look at the 1/16ths unless you're getting really, especially on framing, drywall. Now, where it's going to come in handy, I'll show you that in a second on your 1/16ths. They will be used, but I call it either short or long. So, to make this easy, what I take, when I look at a tape measure, and a lot of people do this, I'm going to grab another board like this. Yeah, this one has a little shiznick on it, but same concept. Shiznick, yeah, I got a little excited when I was working down here. I looked at my phone, and there was some fun stuff to look at, so I just got a little excited. Now that's spray foam. Anyhow, let's bring that back up to you got 1 inch, right? Then you got your 1/8, right? That board sucks. That board really sucks. Sorry, I don't like to edit, so that's just what it is. You got your 1 inch mark, or in between your 1 inch to 2 inch, you got your 1/8, right? I convert that 1/8, I call it 1. So the first 1/8 is a 1, alright? Ignore that. 1/4, I call that a 2. 3/8, I call that a 3. 1/2 inch, 4. 5/8, simple, 5. 3/4, 6. And of course, the last number that matters is 7/8, right? I call it a 7. Now, how does that work out when you're reading your tape measure? Or you're giving somebody your measurements. Let's say you're cutting a board. Oh, actually, we got a board laying right here that I was working on earlier. Let's say you got your board. This is a simple little board, right? And you're measuring it. Can we even see it on there? Yeah, we can. I don't even know what this board's measured at. So we got 49, and I'm going to bring this over. I stick stuff in my mouth. Most carpenters do. Does that make me gay? Does that make me gay? No, it doesn't. So, this board is 4 foot, right? 49, and looks like 5/8. All right, you see that? It's 4 foot, right? And 1 inch and 5/8. Or you could say it's 49 and 5/8, right? Which most people would just say it's 48 and 5/8. Or I mean 49 and 5/8. Now I would call it as 49, right? And 5. 49 and 5. Now if I was laying out something and I wanted to, someone was like, well, I don't want to know that is 180 inches and yada yada yada, alright? Which, let's say you're measuring out this room and you got 30 feet. I'm not going to go 300 and some odd inches by blah blah blah. I'll say, let's say 30 feet, right? I'll make a little dash and someone will tell me it's 30 feet, 4 inches, and 5. So what is that 30 feet, 4 inches, and 5? It's 30 feet, 4 inches, and 5/8. Alright? But when I'm marking things down on the wall, let's turn you around here. Let's say I have marks all over the place, hopefully, usually. Let's say I'm marking this window out. Let's bring this damn cameras, damn tripods, damn cameras, damn everything, right? It all fun to work with. Let's say I got this rough opening, right? And the reason for this is I just like to have a lot of time to spray foam. No. Let's say I'm going to go to my corner of my wall and I'm going to bring my tape measure. I know you're looking at it upside down. It is, if I was to measure this 4 foot, right? Or you could say it's 50 and 6, or you could say it's 50 and 3/4. Well, if I was to say it's 50, can you even see this? Let's do it over here. I can go 50 and 6 on that side. I can go 88 and 6, right? And I can come down, let's just say for the heck of it, 20 and 1, and that's over. And let's just do it again for the hell of it. I'll come over here, rough cut, 19 and 6. So if I come over and I look at that, I know that I can cut this piece when I'm making all my marks and yada yada yada. It's easy for me to grab, quick, boom, 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 read. I don't have to spend the time writing 19 and 3/4 or 19 and blah 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 16ths. Now let's say it's just shy of 3/4, right? Just shy, just a little bit shy of 3/4. What would you do? Would you count the 16ths? Many people do, I guess. I got wires everywhere. Wires everywhere. A lot of people will read a tape measure and they'll go, it is blah 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 16ths, alright? It's 3/16ths of an inch, or it's 5/16ths of an inch. I don't even mess with that. I don't even look at the 16ths. So, if it's, can we even look at that again? Sorry, this video is going to be longer than I wanted to. Let's say it is just a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch, right? Because you got your 16ths in between here, right? You got all these 16ths in between. But if you don't want to think about how many 16ths there is to go quick and make work fast, you could say it's, let's make this 3 feet, but it's 3 foot 1 and 1/8 strong, or it's 3 foot 1 1/4 strong, right? Or it's 3 foot and 3/8 strong. That would be your strong, right between your 1/8, your 3/8 and 1/2 inch. That would be strong. Or you could say shy, or you could say weak, whatever the heck you want to, it makes it easy for you. Let's just say you're working by yourself and you're grabbing a scrap piece of crap that's laying on the floor, scrap material, and you're making marks wherever you're working, and you're like 5 and 6. I know that board I got cut at 5 and 6, or I got cut that board at 12 feet 2 inches and 6, or yada yada yada. You get the idea, I hope. If it doesn't make any sense to you, go back to the basics of just reading everything by the 16th and the 8th and then yada yada yada. But for me, and working with others, it makes it really easy. Let's say you are cutting a bunch of sheetrock. Let's say you got sheetrock, and you got holes in the sheetrock all over the place, right? And you have to to make this piece, but your sheetrock is on the other side of the room, or the person that's cutting the sheetrock is on the other side of the room. You could give them all your overs, let's say all your center overs, because a lot of people, this is a little bit farther in advance, and we'll get into that with circle cutters and everything else. But let's say you're giving all your overs first. You could go, can you even see that well? Let's zoom this in just for the quick little ending. We're just going to get a couple, looks like. Let's just do these 3. So let's say your overs. You could say your overs on this, and of course my circles aren't perfect. That would be 10.5, or you could say 10 and 4. So you tell your partner 10 and 4, which is 10.5, right? Your next over would be 26 and, or you could say 27. Let's just say this is, let's make that easy. 27, 10 and 4, right? That's your centers. You can give them your next over, which is 14.5, right? Or you could say 14 and 4. So they're marking all these. They're going 10 and 4, whatever the heck this was, 27, and this would be 14 and 4. Okay? Now you can give them your downs. So you would be calling these numbers out. Down 5. So you would know that's 5 and that's over 10. Down 5. It just happens to be 5. Down 13 and 4. Okay? So these are your over, down, right? So when you go over to cut your piece, all you gotta do is, you don't have to draw a picture like this to think that you're going over there, right? You know that your sheetrock is such and such or whatever it is. All you gotta do is grab a scrap, go 10-4, 27, 14-4, right? These are your overs, and then you could make a little arrow so you know that your overs are first. And then on all these separate numbers, right, you would have to line, but you know your downs would be the first one 5, that would connect with that one, right? The next one ended up being 5, and your next one at 14-4, but your down was going to be 13.5, which is 13-4, right? You get that? So then when you walk over to your material, you'd have your board. Let's say your material was magically over here. You just take your board, set next to your material, and most people wouldn't use a marker if it's sheetrock, of course, and yada yada yada, but I'm just doing this for recording purposes. You look at your board and you go, alright, I know my overs, and you just mark all your overs first. And then you go to your overs, and then you start marking your downs. And then you grab a straight edge, a level, a T-square, yada yada yada, and then you just know where your marks are. But that is way ahead of time. We'll make videos on that. But to read a tape measure for myself and many others, calling out your numbers with that format, wherever that damn was, makes it really, really, really simple. Really, really simple. So, sorry that this video is long, but it's just what it is. I'm not a recorder for this that well. I'm just doing my best I can on here. So that way when we're working on projects and I'm showing you little things, you understand what I'm talking about when I say, yeah, I have to cut that board at 1 and 6. And you're like, what the heck? What is he talking about? 1 and 7. Or 3 and 8. 3 and 8? Yeah, la la la. But anyhow, so that's what makes it easy. Is 1 is an eighth, 2 is a quarter, 3 is 3/8, 4 is a half, 5 is considered 5/8, 6 is considered 3/4. 7 is considered 7/8. It makes it really easy. You use up a lot less material to space to write down. Instead of going, let's just make everything an inch. 1 1/8, 1 1/4, 1 3/8. Instead of doing all that, you can just go 1 1, 1 4. 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5. You get it. It's simple. And if it happens to be you want that piece just a little bit bigger than let's say your measurement is 1 1/4, and you want it just to be a little bit bigger than 1 1/4, you could make it simple. Bear with me. So let's just use this little box here. So let's just say, just to end this video real quick, to make that, if you want that quarter, it's 1 1/4, right? But it's actually a little bit bigger than a quarter. It's like around let's show you again. Let's count the lines so you can be it can be a pain in the ass to understand what I'm talking about then. 1 2 3 4 5 16ths, right? You really want it to be 1 5/16. I don't even count the 16ths no more. I just say 1 2 strong. 1 2 strong. That means 1 5/16. Now, if it's less than a quarter, right? It's just a little bit less than a quarter. Weak. Low. If you want to have fun with the person that you're working with, yeah, 1 2, itch your ass. And then you can just have some fun. Itch my ass means it's just a little bit less. Or it's or you could say it's 1 2 angry inch, meaning I was a little short-handed when God created me. Woo! Anyhow, you guys and gals have a great day. That's just a little simple read how to read a tape measure quick and easy. And like I said, this video probably sucked ass. And I'm going to go drink my coffee and get on with my day. And I really hope when I watch this myself, I'm not laughing my ass off. Woo!